there's some people out there who think that if I just accomplish goals, date beautiful women, make a lot of money, fuck whoever I want, and then I'm just successful, that depression will be cured. And it's really hard to determine whether or not that's true or not. I know for some people, there's a clinical depression where there's literally neurochemicals that are not firing correctly or receptors that are not working correctly. And because of that, you are suffering from depression all the time. But I don't know how much of it, and I don't mean to be conspiratorial here, was pharmaceutical companies saying, you need this Prozac in order to feel better. And instead of going out and getting laid and making more money. I don't know which is which. And if the latter is the case, which is a lot of male depression could be cured. Like, again, if you look at suicide rates in the military, they're really high. And if you look at those men who commit suicide, they live in places like Clovis, New Mexico, and Altus, Oklahoma. There's no women around. So like, could depression be a neurochemical thing that's just genetically, like people have the ability to get it, just like prostate cancer? Not everyone who has the proclivity to get prostate cancer will get prostate cancer. Or is it something where it's like it could be cured in a lot of cases if people would just get off their fucking ass and go do something? And I just think about my ancestors. And again, I'm not being scientific here. I'm just a thought experiment. I'm thinking about my ancestors. Which one would be rewarded more? The one who went outside and killed the meat, no matter how he felt about it, and came back to a cheering tribe when they brought back a new protein source, or the man who stayed in the cave and felt sorry for himself? And I just think that that's part of where depression comes from. And it's hard because I've been in a situation where my father passed away. I didn't want to get out of bed. It robs you of all your energy, man. It really does. I had to put one of my animals down. Bro, I'm a 46-year-old man. I was crying like a baby. I watched this animal die in my hands. And it's one of these things where I will tell you, I suffered from whatever you want to call it, what I felt depression. And I didn't want to get out of bed. But the thing is, over time, it gets easier. This is a really tough one. I know, was it Andrew Tate says, like, there's no such thing as depression. And he later on, he went over to clarify saying, I'm not saying that there's no such thing as depression. It's just, I won't allow myself to believe it. I don't know. That's a really tough one. I don't know exactly the reason. What I do know is that in my personal instance, and in an instance with most of my clients, is that when they go out and accomplish things, I've just noticed so many men who were depressed and then they got a girlfriend and then they weren't depressed anymore.